Listen, something light, man. Something slight, man. Liverpool Football Club have signed the best number 10 in world football. Florian Wirtz has now landed at the AXA Training Centre, bro. I see the rivals doing videos left, right, centre. Them man, they are talking up the madness. They say, nah, he's going to flop. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And then all of a sudden, 24 hours later, all I see is I'm scared of Liverpool. I know what's going on with the rivals, man. They don't know how to feel at the moment. But big up to Zabiri, big up to Dean, and big up to G in the building. One them, we're moving like a big club now, bro. We ain't joking. Zabiri said to us last season and the season before, trust the owners, brother. Man, them crashed out, told Zabiri this, told him that. Said, no, when we need to spend, we'll spend. Lo and behold, when we need to spend, the man, them are spending.
Yo, I want to retract that statement.
Go on, then, Zabiri. You might as well kick the show.
I'm going to retract that statement. I don't want this statement to position me like this is where I'm standing, but I want to apologize to the fans because I'll tell you right now, bro. I gave last transfer window a 10 out of 10 because we didn't do any business, and I thought it was the smartest thing for the new manager. I gave the window a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 because we did no business, and it's the right thing to do. Assess the squad. And this was not the time to spend like this. Winning the Premier League. We're not spending the money, bro. Yo, we did not buy Chiesa, bro. I forgot the other man we got, bro. We didn't spend any money, bro, and we won the league. This is not the time to spend. And the way we're spending right now, bro. Nah, you remember, I think Kapish and them man talk about like back pay and that. Yeah, this is the back pay, bro. Because I told you, man, all Frimpong, 10 out of 10 window. What? Yo, might have to move the scale up, fam. Yeah. You might have to push this. Bro, this is a window of the Prem era for Liverpool. You can't go find me a better window than this.
You can't. It's true.
You
ain't gonna get a window than this.
Yo, and that's why I'm pulling it back because I said when we need to spend, we will spend. We don't need to spend right now like this, bro. We got young midfielders. We don't need to spend like this. We can grab Kirkes, Frimpong, and we're good. Maybe a striker, Shift Nunes or Darwin, whichever one. I mean, Jota, and would have been good. The way we're spending right now, raw. Yeah. Now we're gonna have to look at FSG books. They're cooking it, bro. Something ain't right.
You say something right, bro.
Something ain't right, bro.
Something ain't right. You know that, and it's just not right.
Tupac said this, and I was like, nah, it's out there, Tupac. When he was like, yo, how can you sleep at night with billions and people are starving? I feel like FSG woke up and was like, nah, this ain't right. The profits for the years and the decade, they can't sleep. They're like, nah, let's just spend it now, man.
Imagine they
ends. The ends is second. You know white men don't sag like that.
Right, you know when they wake up and go, nah, man, we got this tax return coming up. We need to get rid of some money. We gotta get rid of some money because
yo, don't be surprised if you're a fan and you get a call and you just want a press box. Because I'm telling you, bro, the way they moving right now, bro, it's the season. I'm scared. I'm scared right now as a Liverpool fan. I'm scared. I'm a Liverpool fan.
I'm scared as well, you know. I think there's got to be like there's too much going on. There's got to be a catch somewhere. Somewhere there's a catch.
Dude, I had Gerrard in my team, and I felt bad. Just because I had Gerrard, I'm like, yo, we don't deserve this. This window got me shaking, and I feel like we might start next season with a minus 20 points in that, bro.
Is the man
I'm shook or something.
Win the league, win the Champions League, and the next season they say, listen, you might have to hold a little 10-point deduction for the new season.
I'm at work looking over my shoulder like I'm about to get served with a notice from the courts or something. I'm nervous out here.
I feel like they're saying like they've misread the rule or something, and we're gonna have minus points. Something ain't right here. Because, bruv, and not kills it,
yeah.
How's these rumors about Isak ain't gone away? Why ain't they gone? Why are they still here? Why are they chilling? Bro. Why are these rumors still chilling here? I need to know.
Okay. Nah, the Guehi one for me is the one that got me shaking. Why are we in for Guehi, bro? That one for me.
He said if it's 150 mil, we have the money to buy him. If we need to go to 150, we'll go.
Bro. And then I listened to Florian Wirtz' statement, and he said something that every Liverpool fan would put up there. Man said, yo, it was time for me to go to one of the top 3 clubs, and that's Liverpool. Yeah. And I'm deep in it, bro. I'm like, I've always felt it. But for Wirtz to say it, bro, it's like, yo, are Liverpool fans feeling that energy, bro? Because we always talking about the Madu and the sell to buy. And they always had us under that like underdog tear. And Wirtz coming on was like, nah, man, you man are up there, fam. And I don't know if I'm worthy to be up there. You know how long the dark ages has been?
We are worthy, man. That's why because we've suffered in the dark times. We suffered when we could rely on one man.
I don't know if I know how to react. You know what top 3 comes with? It comes with printing the championship jersey before the final. Are you gonna be able to invest in one of them jersey before the final? Remember Real Madrid at the number 14.
He's saying the guys that get the tattoo on the shoulder, on the back before.
I'm thinking about FSG on the sleeve right now. Like,
no, you're going too far. You're going too far. You're going too far. I'm not the FSG. I'm not there yet. I still think there's stipulations to what they're doing. I think we're gonna get somewhere along the line. We have to pay for this in blood somewhere. There's no way they're just spending. Something's gonna happen. Just be careful, everyone. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful.
All right, D, let me ask the question then. What if we
question.
Go on then? No, actually, go on.
Because the one question though, and I was driving it on the way in, and I'm like, nah, I gotta get back to the streets. I gotta ask this question. I feel like something is there, Dean. I'm with you. But I'll tell you right now, Dean, I'll eat whatever that comes with if we can be a Centurion quad. We get the Centurion quad this season. I don't care if we get relegated next season.
You're going too far.
Yeah. I don't know about being relegated.
I'm not saying I want us to get relegated. I'm just saying
I don't know about the relegation.
Would you take the success there? You know that little success and a little easy relegation.
The Centurion quad. This one
I can't have the easy relegation.
Okay.
You can't live. You won't be able to live. No matter what you do, you can't live down. Yeah, you can't live that down.
Never
relegated. Nah, that's a myth.
No,
it doesn't matter. Even if you went unbeaten,
I'm just saying whatever the price is.
No, they just said now we're gonna knock you down to a league or something like this.
No. But okay, cool. If you got relegated, yeah, even if you went unbeaten, you won every trophy, you scored 200 goals, you conceded 1, if not, if you conceded 0 goals in the whole season, if you got relegated the following season, bro, you never live it down. Like you just never live that down.
All that stuff you've done already is wiped away.
It's wiped away. It's wiped completely. No one's remembering that.
Relegation is done.
It's done. Yeah. 100%.
All right, hold on.
Remember, Man United looked like they almost got relegated, and that like it would have been over for them if they.
It would have been sizzling season for them. I'm telling you, if they got relegated.
Hold on, let me shift this 1 second, my lad. 1 second, guys. Get you, man. There you go. Now let's get this brother in there, man. So listen, we know it's his day today, innit? Mr. Florian Wirtz. 116 M's could rise to a certain amount if he wins the Ballon d'Or, wins trophies at Liverpool Football Club. I don't care what it rises to because it means success for us. If it rises to whatever, it means Liverpool was successful at the end of the day. All I'm saying is I can't wait to see what this does. I said I couldn't wait to listen to the interview. The man was so open and honest. I don't know if you guys have watched it. Obviously, I can't play it on here.
I got a question.
Go on. Did you have a question? You wanna?
Yeah, bro. When I was watching, bro, I'm watching it driving in, bro, just knocking trees down and all of that coming in here, bro. I couldn't wait, bro. They were like, yo, they asked him the same question they asked Frimpong.
And they asked the question I wanted to hear. Remember what I said? I want to hear them ask him what was the reason why he chose us. You had Real Madrid, you had Bayern. Why did he, bro?
When they ask him, what do you have to say to the fans? The man put on the maddest smirk. One of them sinister smirk, like, yo, bro, I don't know what that smirk meant. That's when I started feeling like, yo, maybe there's some devil in the contract or something, bro. There's some devil in the details. There's some devil in the finance. The smirk he gave, bro, before he answered, he took about 5 seconds before he answered. He was just doing this weird smirk, and I was like, nah, I don't like this. Now I feel guilty for having him. No one club should have all this power. I don't want this power. Bro, the man smirked like Thanos, fam. Like, yeah, I'm about to kill everything in here.
And said Bro, they told him, he said, look, they told me where I'm gonna play in it, and they showed me like clips and what areas I can go and help the team. And that,
Yeah, bro. And then the man said, this is where I need to be.
This is where I need to be.
I'm like, raw. When a bad man says that, you know what it's like for me, Ends? You say, yo, Zadiri, I'm gonna fly you in. There's no guns in England, but I got a little spot. All the guns are there. People gonna be like, yo, how did you end up in England? I thought you hated over there. I'm like, nah, man. And it showed me a thing, and you know what I'm saying? It's where I needed to be. That's how the man sounded, bro. The man sounded like, yo, what he's about to do in his career, it's him. I don't know what that is, if it's Ballon d'Or, quads. I don't know what his ambition is, because he smirked. He ain't really saying. That's what scared me. He just smirked.
Bro, you know another thing he said? Big up KWASI, by the way. Another thing he said, they said, oh, your English is good. Man said, hey, how did you learn? Man said, Frimpong taught him English, bro. Frimpong is the reason why this brother speaks English. That's what he said out of his own damn mouth. He said he was my roommate.
Frimpong taught him English.
Speak to him in English. And yeah, he's the one that taught me English, bro.
Frimpong.
Yeah, no, he's certified. Because you know what? Frimpong did something certain man could never do, and bring a bad boy from the Bundesliga to the club. Certain man had one job, bring his brethren across. He failed, so he went and joined his brethren. Frimpong's like, nah, man, I'm gonna bring my brethren. Nah, pick up Frimpong, bro. And I need to see the clip with Frimpong dapping him up. That's all I need to see now, bro. That'll be good to me.
Big up Frimpong, man. Seriously, man. Serious.
Nah, lads, man, this is a game changer, you know. I know, like, we don't know how to act, we don't know how to behave because we've never been here before. We've never been in this room where we're mingling with these type of players and that. We've kind of been outside and we've seen them walk past and they've given the bouncer the nod and shook his hand and gone inside, and we're waiting to. But now we're inside and he's coming in and he knows us. He's coming in and saying, oh, yeah, you man, cool. Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. We're just chilling. Bro, we're at a table now where the brother said no to Real Madrid and no to Bayern Munich because he said Liverpool is the place he believes he needs to be now. He said when we played against them, the man said, these men are a machine. He said, I want to come here because I know that I'll improve my physicality. And
I don't want to play against them again. That's what he was thinking. I can't play against this team again. I need to be on this team. You know, when you play against Manning, when he's like at Southampton, you said, know what? You need to be my team. I can't play against you again. Yeah, that's what it's like. He said, no, I can't play against Liverpool again. They're too much. I need to be playing for them. Bruv, for someone to turn down Real Madrid, forget Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, bruv. We're going too far. Like the next German superstar who turned down Bayern Munich. They've never been in this position. They've never been there before. What, you turn us down to go Liverpool, bro? What we doing, bro? That's madness to me, bro.
That's why
I'm scared.
Big up to Mandem, man. But that's why Bayern Munich didn't do their homework. They thought it was a done deal. They were like, he's coming. He's an Adidas boy. He's a German. He's straight coming to Bayern Munich. But why do we need to do the assignment? We already got the A, just being Bayern Munich.
It's Bayern Munich, isn't it? They assume he's there. The next stop is Bayern Munich. That's what normally happens, isn't it?
Yep.
But boy, we're different.
Bro, I don't know if it's a credit to Slot, the history of Liverpool, or the revamping of Liverpool, or the owners, or the fans. But the fact that the man mentioned the fans, bro. I'm not on socials. I apologize to the man. The man said, nah, I saw it on the gram. I saw it on the internet. I see the fans. I hear the fans. I appreciate the fans. You, man, on there, keep making noise. That's all I'm going to say to you, man. I credit the fans for this one. The fans pulled this one across the line. The man said, nah, I've never felt that before.
Said, I saw the support from the fans online.
The man said, I saw the support. And this is on to be. Because Bayern, it's a given. It's like a gimme. And they can turn on man real quick, fam. You see how the man turn on man? Man said, nah, I see how the Liverpool fans are online. Nah, the fans for me did it. I want to big up every one of you, man, that's on the internet and that I'm not on there. I apologize. Maybe I'll join you, man, in the future. But
no, Ants, with
we
what
were right, man.
with what Zubair is saying, I have a question. Do you guys think with the PR that Adidas just did, do you think all this thing was planned? Because worst kept secret. Man, that play of words is a beautiful. Do you think they did it on purpose to purposely allowing this news to come out? Because Liverpool usually don't. We keep everything on the wraps.
Mm.
You know what I mean? We usually do things on the wrap. The fact that this thing came out, almost 8 weeks ago before it actually became, what we are accustomed to. Do you think this is a whole Adidas? And Adidas is our new sponsorship. So, I mean, it feels like all this thing was planned.
Well, if you listen to the kind of what the pundits were saying, Liverpool is interested. Back in March time, May time, March, I would say. That's when we started having conversations with him and stuff like that. And I think just before that as well, some of the other pundits were saying, and the other journals. But I don't know if it was planned or not, bro. I just think it just makes sense. And obviously, we're switching to Adidas. He's an Adidas ambassador, so you might as well line it all up. Maybe they just knew in it. I don't know. I know. Obviously, there's going to be some people that knew, some people that didn't know, and that's the way it's going to be. But bro, honestly, just listening to the brother speak, man. And he did say it was a difficult. He didn't say it was a difficult choice.
No, he said it was an easy choice to make, bro.
It was an easy choice, but he said also being German, and obviously, I don't think he wanted to kind of get into the fact of, normally we go to Bayern, it being a German player. I can't remember word for word what he said there, but it felt like he was gonna go, normally like us German players go to Bayern, but he's like, nah, man, this is where I needed to be. They asked him about his family as well.
He sounded like he said, "Bun Bayern." He said, "Bun it. I'm going Liverpool. That's my thing." That's what it sounded like to me. I'm not about to use it, but that's what it sounded like to me. He said, "Bun them. I've had enough of that rubbish. Everyone just on an easy path, go to Bayern, win everything there." No, I'm gonna my own path. I'm gonna do something different. I'm not like the regular guy. I'm generational. I'm gonna go and do something different. That's what it sounded like to me. That's what he was pointing at, bro.
Because then the big
I'm big up to him for that, bro.
The big three was Bayern, Real Madrid. So Bayern in Germany, Real Madrid in Spain, and Liverpool in England. And it was like, yo, with the package, this is where I need to be. Because, bro, the man know if he goes to Bayern, some of us say it's Farmers League.
He's just another player.
He can't be the biggest in the world at a Farmers League. But you come to Liverpool, when you're the biggest club in the world and that club is Liverpool, man, no, it's because you thumped up giants in Europe. It's because you thumped up a tough league. You see what I'm trying to say? So if you want to put yourself as a player, there's no way you're skipping the Prem. And that's why I don't rate the man that never came to the Prem. And real quick on a business, I think this deal is bigger than Wirtz and the fan. I think Salah being like the ambassador for like all of those ads and revenues and all of that good stuff and the merchandise, and I felt like if we would have lost Salah, I don't think we have that factor. We've lost that. If we lose Salah, who's the marquee guy? We don't really have one outside of
That's
Virgil.
true.
See what I'm trying to say? And that man is on the latter end of their thing. None of the other young players is at that level. So word coming in already know, fam, you're getting whatever your sponsorship is, that's all you as well. Kind of like the Messi deal coming to MLS. I feel like that type of packaging is the package we pushed on him. Where he was like, "Raw, if I went to Bayern, these men would have won like a 50% of the likeness and all of that stuff." So I felt like he's gonna be the next face of Liverpool. When you see Liverpool lining up, it's gonna be Wirtz. You see how it used to be Salah, because Salah is at the latter end. The next guy, who's the next guy? We don't have one of them faces to put out with the merchandise. Is Wirtz 22, 23? We're gonna be cooking for a good 5 years, fam. Trust, man. That this money we're spending now, we're definitely gonna make it back. I just hope we keep crossing the line, spending it this season.
I said that a while ago. I said it makes sense. If it was Nike still, then I'd be like, yeah, Liverpool spending this money. But the fact that it's Adidas, the likeness, the commercial, the sales in kits, all these stuff, the money is coming right back to Liverpool and Adidas. And remember, Liverpool has a big fan base. Let's not get it twisted. Liverpool fan base is ridiculous. So Adidas, that's why they came back crawling back to us. They knew they made a, they knew they needed that. And I'm pretty sure they also kind of whispered in his ear, say, listen, yeah, you be that dude in Germany, but you have another guy, Musiala, who's also there. So you're going to be competing. But if you go to them boys over there, it's all you. And I think that's why that was also part of it.
Did you see the slide where they compare him with all the players in his position that's in the Prem? Did you see that stat? There's stats out there with like your Rogers, your Cole, Fernandez, and so
on. Was on there.
Bro, one of his stats is still greater than all of the man combined. I was like, raw.
The one that stood out to me, Zabir, is the one the take-ons.
The take-ons.
No. Why is this guy take-on so higher than everyone else, bro? That people say to you like, yo, they're like top. They're the ones out there doing bits. They're the ones out there cooking up in the Premier League. And I'm like, yo, this brother's take-on.
His take-on was higher than all of the other men combined.
That's why I didn't get why people already started doing this versus Turkey, man. I know. Man, a lot of people started losing credibility with him, man. I'm just saying.
When a man get rocked, and you see him grabbing for air, you can't ask why he's grabbing for air. We just got rocked. Bro, I see 6 rival man drop 4 Liverpool videos today.
Yeah, I did as well.
I almost wanted to comment and was like, fam, just change your name to Liverpool FC.
Bro, I've been seeing it all week.
The way you're dropping Liverpool content, I can't even be better at Ends because Ends got to live like
I'm doing reaction on their brothers' content. I'm like, why are they so scared,
man? Hey, how about my cousin is part of my channel, yeah? He done a little right behind my back. I didn't know what was going on. I came back. He done a video about us. I said, "Oh, what's going on? I'm meant to be doing Liverpool stuff." He done a video about if Liverpool get Isak, it's over.
It's a wrap.
I'm the Liverpool ambassador here. You're Arsenal. What are you doing? Crazy, bro. It's crazy. Everyone's talking about us, bro. It's
Liverpool business is ruffling up channels in that. Man's getting snaked up in that.
Look all week, everybody's having they have panic attacks. They're begging Newcastle, please don't sell Isak.
Meltdowns.
You need to revise your contract for your channel, fam.
Bruv, it's correct. Bruv, I didn't know. I was out all day. When I was out here, I was pissed. I was out because I'm seeing all this Isak stuff. When I get back, I'm going to do a little video. I got back, but I had to record something else. Then I'm getting all these notifications on my phone. I think, what's this? My cousin's done a video already. I couldn't believe it. I said, nah, you're scared. You're scared.
You don't scared. Man's planning this watch along, bro. I'm about to click live, and he's already live doing a watch along, man.
Big up to Nicholas for the super chat. Says Isak and Guehi next is happening, lads. It is gonna happen, man. Listen, I told you. They said if you want 150, we'll give you that. Still, that's a Liverpool on job this season. And then I think the Guehi one, I think that's a light work team. I mean, they'll just
1 year left, right?
1 year left. They're gonna have to sell the brother, bro, or lose him on a free.
No, but Ends, that can't happen. That can't happen. Something's gonna break. Something in the universe has to break. If we get Isak, there's gonna be a pandemic. Something has to break. There's no way the Lord, my Savior, is gonna let me have Wirtz and Isak and Salah and Gakpo and Van Dijk in one team. He's not gonna let that happen.
No,
it's because we suffered, bro. We suffered in the past, bro. That's why.
I'm telling you,
someone in your family is gonna feel it. I'm scared. Someone's got to sacrifice someone. Someone's got to sacrifice someone.
No, we already go to that village.
No, we already did, man. You not see Diddy's locked down, fam. The world is right. The world is right. Money can be spent now.
Spend that money.
This is too much money.
Spend that money, man.
If we get
you know what? Big up to Trump and the tariffs. You know what I'm saying? Because before tariffs, we couldn't buy people. Before tariffs, we couldn't spend no money, bro. All of a sudden, there's tariffs.
I'm done.
I'm trying to find some correlation to make this make sense.
I quit. I'm leaving the man.
KWASI, if I knew tariffs would have got us to spend money like this,
Big
I'd
up
have
on
been
the
pro
dropping the
tariffs.
link for the beat the man them. Man. Appreciate
Nah,
it.
man. Big up to my. We said the tariffs.
Oh, mate,
Oh
nah.
man.
Oh,
Oh, do you
man.
think? Oh, do you not think?
Guehi, I don't
Hey.
think Isak one is. I can't even find a word.
Oh, see the
Someone leave it
Guehi thing, yeah.
Mm.
I'm alright if it's just replacing Kwanzaa. I'm not alright if you're trying to replace Konate with.
I don't
I
think
can't lie to no one.
No, I don't
But
think it
that
is. Dean. I think
rotation
it
is
is
sick,
too.
though,
I
man.
think it is just to replace Kwanzaa.
All right,
But
all
he's
right.
gone,
Put it this way. All right, he replaces Kwanzaa now, yeah.
Hmm.
Nah, Konate doesn't sign in the contract and he leaves for free next year.
Hmm.
What?
Doesn't
So
have
who-
2 more years? I think Konate got 2.
No, he finished next season.
Next
Next
season?
season, isn't it? Yeah.
I think
Oh.
it is next season. He runs out.
So
yeah.
what happens if Konate leaves next season for free? Like I'm all on keeping him, win the league, win the Champions League, and then he can go for free. I don't mind. I don't care about the money. I care about winning stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
But my thing is this: I think Guehi is a good player. Like I know. Listen, I'm a. It sounds crazy, yeah, but I don't think he's tall enough to be a centre back for us. Like I know he's.
like
I
5'11".
think he's about 6 foot.
He's been cooking in the Prem though, Dean. What we doing here, bro?
Oh, he's not Konate level, bruv.
Yeah,
not
but you're
That's
you're
true.
talking as if he's coming to take Konate's spot. He's
No,
probably-
no, but I think, see, if we get him, yeah, I want him, but I've got a feeling if we get him, he is going to be Konate's replacement. That's what I feel. Like he will. We'll get someone else as well.
With Virg, because Virg is getting up there. I'm not saying he's old.
That's what I'm saying. Virg, we need a replacement for Virg.
This is what I'm saying.
Konate.
Dean. We don't know how to act. We're in the club now. We don't know how to act, bro.
I
This is
know.
what
We don't know what we're doing.
We have to
you know
get.
what?
We're mixing our drinks, bro. We're mixing our drinks.
No, you know what's crazy, yeah? They say form is temporary and class is permanent. I don't think we've really tasted class, you know. No, I don't think we've really tasted class. Bro,
Yeah,
the
what
would
team
you
that
take
we're
class
assembling right now is a class team, fam.
Yeah. But the thing is also the center back market is poor, man. Virgil leaves. Who's replacing him? There's no one replacing Virgil. Ever.
No one.
But
No one to
think
replace
I don't think you're looking at like I wouldn't be looking to replace him though. Like you just gotta
No,
find.
it's more of a rotation, man. I feel like we.
But
want
what do you guys think though in terms of you see you were gay, yeah? Because obviously you gotta realize I'm with Dean. I would want him I feel like he's calm if it's to replace Kwanzaa. But you're a captain at Crystal Palace. Are you coming to sit on a bench for a
No way he comes to sit on the bench. No
you're
way.
not coming to sit on the bench. And I think he's actually said he's cut like if he's gonna move, he's moving somewhere where he's gonna play. Do you get what I'm trying to say? He's not coming there to let me just sit here and wait my turn, like kind of thing. I don't think it's gonna work like that. For someone who's been a captain at a team like Palace, I don't feel like you're then gonna go to a Liverpool and then be like, yeah, no, I'll sit on the bench. Remember, because Konate, from what everyone says, is of this next level. So if we already think he's at this level, in my head, I'm like, listen, I would want the player, but does the player look at Liverpool and think, yeah? Because remember, he's not Wirtz. Wirtz comes in. Wirtz knew there was already a spot already waiting for Wirtz. Wirtz isn't coming into battle with no one. Did you get what I'm saying? So when I look at Guehi, I'm like,
so question for you, G and Dean, then as the FSG ambassador, you feel like?
Whoa, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, I am, bro.
You said he is.
Well, no, okay.
I am.
Start
No, I said I am. I
Oh.
am the FSG ambassador, so I know how some of these moves look from their perspective. If we're getting Guehi, we're basically playing hardball to pull on the who do you really want to play for string. Because remember, Konate's in talks and he's made a demand. We don't have to meet that demand if we got Guehi. You see what I'm trying to say? So we'll basically put Konate in a position like, yo, take it or leave it. And then if he leaves, we can go, man wasn't loyal to the soil. I can see the board and FSG and them man positioning themselves in a position of power.
You see, when we talk about when I talk about transfers, you see me, I don't really care about I'm like what En said earlier. All this finance, I don't care about that. Like that's got nothing, I don't know enough to give an educated guess on none of that stuff. I always look at it from a player side because I've done the player side. So I always try to think as a player, how would you kind of look like it's a bit like I was gonna say Dean Alson, but he's gone to Madrid, so it's a bit different, right? But like, you know, when you look at certain players and you just think to yourself, listen, like I said, I would want him. So I don't want anyone to think that I wouldn't want someone like Guehi here. I think he'd be a very good option for us to have. I'm good with him being rotation. I'm just trying to think of it from his perspective, trying to think, okay, so I've just won the FA Cup with Palace. We're going into Europe next season. I can lead the team out in Europe, or I can go to Liverpool, sit on the bench. I could be a part of something. Not saying that Liverpool won't go out, win this, that, and whatever. Of course, now being a part of something is great, but I feel like he's at a stage now where it's like, for example, I think another club who might be interested is like Newcastle. For me,
you'll be first team for Newcastle.
Move. Yeah,
you walk into that team.
There, you walk into the team, and it's a team who are on the up anyway. Do you get what I'm
saying? Spurs was in for him as well.
Spurs are dead. Spurs are dead. Newcastle, I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear it going Newcastle.
For me, if I was again, I'm not his agent, and I wish I was.
I'm going Newcastle.
I'll be eating like him, but I'm going Newcastle. Like I wouldn't go to Liverpool and think, yeah, because with what Zabiri's saying, I agree with you. Because then Liverpool are in a fantastic position. Because if Konate doesn't want to sign, well, we got Guehi anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter for us. You do what you want to do. We'll worry about that at another time. I'm looking at it from more of a Guehi perspective. I'm just thinking, is he going to be calm with getting the dibby-dabby minutes? Because if Konate doesn't get injured that much, now you're looking at it thinking, well, he's just sitting there on the bench.
Can I just ask? What if he? Go on.
No, because I want to ask. Because in America, in the college and some of the semi-pro, they got this thing where they call it red shirt. So you join the team, but you don't play for 1 year. I hated that because I got scouted for so many teams, and they're like, "Yeah, well, you're gonna have to be red shirt." And I'm like, "So I'm just gonna come train, follow the team around, but I can't even make bench." And like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I'm not playing at a high level because all of the teams that wanted me wanted to red shirt me for that season. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I can wait a year.
So you just training, that's it. You just training.
Yeah, so basically they scout you. So like I was in a D3 league and like all the D1 college, the Division 1 college, will be like, yo, nah, you as a center mid, DM, yo, you fit right in. And then with the word fit right in, I'm like, oh, so next I'm ready. And they're like, well, we're gonna have to red shirt you. It's like a hazing process.
That's crazy.
The thought of it is dope because I'm like, yo, I'm bumping from D3 to D1, fire. But I'm like, but I still got to go to college, do the work for a year, train with these men, and I don't get to play.
That's crazy.
So I don't know if you might do it over there, but I can see.
No.
It's like, yo,
once you're ready, you're ready.
Once you get signed, you sign, bro. You play.
No, it's a hazing thing over here. I don't know why they do it, man.
No, I get the point, though. I get the point. Obviously, he's a captain for Crystal Palace. Why would he want to come to a team and potentially sit on the bench and not play? One of the things we spoke about last season that Arne Slot needs to be better at rotating the team. He got that wrong. Yeah. He admitted he got that wrong. Yeah. So I think now with the signings he's making, it shows he's potentially going to do this. So we're in moments in games where we're going, I expect this is going to be the lineup. And we know, like, a championship team needs a centre-back pairing that's stable and stays there, right? Yeah. But because we have so many quality players, and if we're going off the standpoint as if we get him in, I don't see the issue of going, all right, Konate today, relax on the bench. I'm going to run with you. All right, do you know I'm going to run Guehi and Konate today? Virgil, you chill today, bro. We got Sunderland. Are we saying Guehi and Konate can't keep Sunderland out? We say, what is that? What that is a possibility. That's what we're planning to do. So that means
there's all the league games as well.
There's minutes for him to play. There's competitions for him to play. It's just about where he sees himself in his career. Does he see himself as, I can stay at Crystal Palace and be the guy there? Or do I make the step up, come to a team that's going to be challenging for the Premier League and the Champions League, and we're trying to build a world-class squad, and we think that you could make our team a bit better. We think you could come in and step in and make the team a bit better from that. So, and he's bringing in the leadership qualities as well.
No. I think that's I look, like I said, I agree. I just think then that's when I then look at it and think Konate can't be at this level that everyone says he is, because the reality is, if someone like Guehi, and again, I'm not dissing Guehi, I don't want anyone to get it misconstrued. Guehi's a top defender, right? But how far off does anyone think he is to a Konate? That I'm not saying that you can't play against Sunderland, and obviously like that kind of happens, but doesn't really happen. Depends on how big your squad is, right? But I'm just looking at it, and I know KWASI just said there's bare games. There really isn't. You get knocked out of the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Show me where the games are at. All of a sudden, those games start to get minimized. You know what I'm saying? And Kelleher kind of saw that when you get knocked out of the FA Cup. Damn, now I've missed out. There's like however many games now I'm not playing it. Do you get what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying
I hear your point.
that someone like Guehi can't play. I'm not saying that. I think he can play, and I'm with
Here's the problem we have, right? We can either do the thing where we can go off of what we say in terms of, we don't believe no one's better than Konate, no one's better than Virgil, no one's better than that. And then we have a team just of 11, and then the bench is just the bench. But or do we want to be a team like we've had multiple conversation? Do we want to be like a team like City where they have multiple players that compete against each other? And this is the reason why they go so far in competition. This is the reason why they could go back to back in the Premier League. Teams like Real Madrid, this is the reason why they can compete at a consistent level throughout the years, because they have players. Not only do they have good players starting, they have players that can come off the bench that are good as well. And that's what we're trying to build. Even if we think Konate is good, we still need someone else that's ready to come in as well. That's as good or better.
I'm gonna do a callback to your video with Matt from Kapish. Big up them, man, over there. Kapish. You're laughing with Matt, and I didn't like this, the way you man were laughing at it, because I didn't feel like you man really understood the assignment. When Simicat said, "Yo, I can go to another team and play 45 games a season, guaranteed, or I can stay here and run 29." G's talking from like a footballer perspective, bro. We've had players run 60 plus games year in, year out, bro. That's not good for their legs. That's not good for their longevity. So when you have a decent sized squad and every man in there can get a guaranteed 30, and we're going far in all competition, that is too good, bro. You don't need to run 38 games if you don't have to, bro. That's why you're part of a team. It's not on it's not no me. It's all on me, bro. It's a team.
But I think but you're looking at it from that perspective.
But that's what the rotation is all about, Chief. We're saying he's gonna
no. But I'm like I said, I didn't want to get it misconstrued. I'm not saying don't bring him in. Like I want to get that out of the way.
No. I'm with you.
What I am saying is that obviously at this moment, as of today's date, we can only go on obviously what we've seen, right? And obviously from what we know in terms of links. I don't know he's going to rotate like that. He might find a team that he just likes and he just runs it, and then he's got another team for this competition, that competition, form, and all these kind of things. Obviously, it plays a part, right? So realistically, when you watch these teams, unless he's going to move like Pep Guardiola was, where I've got Sterling, I've got Sane, I've got Aguero, I've got whoever, Mahrez, and all these kind of, where he feels like I've got players who are more or less the same level anyway, so I can just rotate the team in that sense. If that's the case, bro, of course you can run it like that. I'm not saying don't run it like that. What I am saying though is that we don't look at it like that though. As fans, we don't talk in that kind of sense. Obviously, we haven't seen it yet. We talk like there is a hierarchy. So when we are talking about gays and people like that, I'm saying from a fan and a player perspective, obviously you're going to look at that and think, all right, well, this isn't a manager that I've seen so far, unless he's obviously told them in the contract negotiations, I'm going to rotate red hair. We don't know what he's been saying. But at the moment, you ain't shown that yet. You know what I'm saying? You've shown me that you've got an 11 of players, and then you've got your bench players, and then the players you don't really rate, right? So unless he's told them that, then of course, like I said, I've got no problems with bring Guehi. I'm good with that. Like, I don't care about bringing him in or not bringing him in. I'm just saying what I don't want is, at the beginning of last season, what happened was we got Chiesa. Everyone was gassed because it was 12 mil. Guess what? Chiesa that ain't even kickable. The guy only cost you 12 mil. And then now we're looking at him like, right, okay, does he even rate? Now, I get it if he doesn't actually rate you, because it's football. Shit happens, in it, right? Like, it's just one of those kind of things. But what I'm saying is, when you're looking at it from that kind of perspective, these are the kind of things that I always think about, because there's no point having a player who's sitting on the bench and he's now coming in out of the cold randomly after, like, I don't know, 7 games he ain't played, and then we're all cussing him come the end of the game when it's match ratings time, and we're like, yeah, but he look all stiff and red. Yeah, I know he looks stiff. He has not played for about 7 games. He's sitting on the bench doing nothing, scratching his balls. You know what I'm saying? So of course he's going to look like that. So it's just one of those kind of things. So that's why when we're linked with certain other players, I know Ends fucks with like Hato and there's other players. When you're talking about those kind of players, I get why people want those kind of players, because that's not a player that you're looking at and think, yeah, you're coming into the squad right now. Now, you're a player that you should be good with just rotating with what's here anyway, but you're good enough to come in when we kind of need you. Guehi, I don't know how Guehi looks at himself, but to me, I'm like, right, well, you're captain. You just led the team to the FA Cup. They ain't never. When was the last time Palace won the trophy? So you look at, and you're an England international. and you're one of England's main centre backs. I don't know if you're going to Liverpool and thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna. Bearing in mind, by the way, the fans keep saying Konate is of this mad level. If Konate is of this mad level, I don't know any centre back pairing that gets rotated when they're at a certain level. I've never seen it before.
And that's what I said.
Only City.
No, I get that. In terms of you want to keep the centre back pairing solid, innit? You want to keep them together and stable.
Of course, yeah, of course.
But the other thing is as well, if the manager is coming to buy you now, this is where he's putting his stamp on the team. I think last summer he didn't get to really put his stamp on his team. Obviously, he got the goalkeeper in, Chiesa came in, and then we kind of made the assumption based on him not using him and playing him kind of thing, that he wasn't his type of signing or his signing. But what we're seeing now is these are his players he's trying to buy. So if Mark Guehi comes in, this is his player. So that means he must have a plan or an idea of how he potentially wants to use him. We know that he can go, he could play in a back three because he does that at Palace. We know he can play in a back two because he does that for England. Potentially, we joked and laughed about it. Maybe the gaffer goes, maybe in some games I can go back free, throw Guehi on and we're good. You know what I mean? And we just let loose the fullbacks and let them go and cook.
I'll be on that too. You know I'm on that.
He's like, yo, I think what he's trying to do, the manager, he's trying to make sure he has every artillery available. So there's never a moment when he looks on the bench and he goes, I don't have the weaponry to bring onto the pitch. At the moment, he's like, I need to make sure that's stopped. So when I look over my shoulder and I need to grab this, it's there to be used, because not every game's going to be the same. Some teams are going to low block. Yeah, some teams are going to high press. Some teams are going to try the long ball. Some teams are going to try different things, and we have to be ready. And if what's ready is that's not on the pitch, he's going to look over his shoulder and go, I need this now. Give me this. Go to a back three. Virgil, Konate, Guehi on the left-hand side. Let Kirkhead and Frimpong go and do the madness. Shift Mo Salah more in. Bro, we can do a madness, but this is where we need to start from. I got excited.
I see you getting
I see the passion. I see the
excited.
I respect the passion, but what I want to bring realism to the chat. I'm not here to debate Konate's level, but what I'm here to tell you, man, and there's proof in the pudding, I'm not revising history. Konate can give us 38 games solid. That we have that proof. At some point, Konate goes missing. Whatever the reason you think it is, whether it's poor rotation, poor management, since day one, Konate job here can give us 38 solid games in the Prem. He's going to go missing. When he goes missing, the option was Joey G, who's also missing, and Kwanzaa. Now, Big Bad Liverpool is bringing on the captain for Palace, who just doubled up 50. That is the next option. I don't care where Konate level was, because he does go missing. It's like Jota does go missing. When the man them go missing, you know they're gonna go missing. The next best thing is the FA Cup winner, fam. And we've talked about this. Like for like swap. There's no levels dropping off.
No levels.
The captain for Liverpool who won the league and the captain for Palace who won the FA Cup. Bro, I don't care what you're saying to me. Bring them in now. And I told you on KWASI.
But you know it is, yeah. It's easy saying this, yeah. You got to remember, yeah. Like what G was saying, yeah. It's a player. Do you honestly think the captain of he played every game with Palace? He's a legend over there, yeah. He's gonna come over it, and our manager's gonna have his preferred partnership at the back.
Dean, you're gonna make me say stuff about Palace I don't want to say, Dean. That's what you're gonna make me start saying stuff, bro. This is Liverpool football club, bro.
Yeah,
hold on.
Hold on.
She's a Palace fan. Hold on. Wait.
You gotta be real. You gotta look at this. Look at this. Yeah.
Right.
You know your manager's gonna have his preferred partnership. Yeah.
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So out of the 20 teams in the Premiership, mostly the three that came up are going to be the ones that you're mostly rotating. Every game now, you can drop points anyway. If you make one mistake or if you make one wrong decision, you can drop points anywhere now, yeah? So we know every point is important because Man City's coming up this season. Arsenal, if they get a striker, it's going to be a problem. It's not going to be like last season. So I don't think he'll rotate as much as you think he's going to rotate. So for Guehi to come, even if Guehi does come in, he prefers Guehi over Konate, then there's a problem there as well. Because Konate is going to be unhappy. Someone's going to be unhappy.
I'll ask you one question. I'll ask you and G the one question. Do you rate Mark Guehi as a player?
Yeah, I rate him, but I just don't think he's. I like him. I like him a lot.
You rate him, right? Say, okay, see the rating you have for him, he has for himself. So he thinks, right, if the manager comes calling and says, big man, I want you at Liverpool, guess what he's going to think? I'm good enough to play for this team and I'm good enough to start. And he's coming in to try and start. He's going to come in and try and take a shirt.
Yeah, but he's not an idiot. He's going to see the team that won the league last year was Konate and Virgil. He knows
Konate's fragile. He is more robust.
Yeah, but he's not trying to take Konate's place, sneak into his place when he's injured. He's not trying to sneak in.
Dean, I'm not shooting it down. Here's why, right? Because I know you guys are looking at it from the player standpoint, which I think is right as well. Because a player has to think like that. World Cup year, am I really gonna start? But here's the problem, bro. I think you guys are going off that assumption that he probably doesn't believe he's good enough to do it. I'm going off the assumption that I think he's good enough to come in and take the shirt.
Add this in there. Van Dijk is old, fam. Not saying he's done. Van Dijk.
Wait, don't say another word about my captain. Don't say another word about my captain.
Bro, I got the kids. No,
he's not old. Bro, I'm 10 years older.
2 years at best.
No. You know what it is? It's not even that. Like, so as me and Dean said, we rate him. What I'm trying to explain to everybody is this, right? We'll go from the fans' perspective, right? The fans have kept telling everybody Konate is of this level. Whatever, I don't know what that level is. Just he's of this level up here, right? You're
top 3 in the Premiership, top 4.
Top 3 in the Dean, not even that man saying top 5 in Europe. Like they're saying, yeah, he's up.
Nah, he's definitely good.
No one talks about Guehi in his conversations. No one talks about
Guehi.
No.
We're gonna let him go at 35.
I want you to land the point.
So cool. So if we're talking about this player, I'm not saying he's not going to play games. I feel like he's going to play games. He's going to play some games, right? But is he of a level where you're like, where people, fans, you're looking at him and you're going to be like, no, don't worry. He can take a Konate's place if Konate was to get injured, and I don't mind him. If you do believe that, by the way, then Konate isn't of the level that you've been saying he is.
He has right, been. Maybe you do, but at the same time, right? No, it can be, because one you can say, like, I rate Konate to a high level, but here's what: form is something that happens in football. So when he has bad form, which he does in some games, you can bring in someone else. Someone else is available that can come in.
But when does that really, like, realistically, why would you, like, how many times do you see and I'm talking, because Liverpool, we only did it if Konate was injured, right? When do you really see of teams who are dominant? When do you see them really rotating centre?
No, but I don't disagree with that, but I think that's the old way of looking at it, because back in the day it was that you get a good partnership and then you go and win.
I'm talking last season. No. We'll even just go back to last season.
Okay, let's use Man City, because this is the team we've been competing with here. They've had like 4 defenders, centre backs, and they've rotated. They've won 4 Premier Leagues back to back, right? No one said, they kept 2 centre backs together the whole time and there was a partnership and this is what you had to do. They just kept rotating. They kept rotating, kept everyone fresh. Obviously, they had their main one, which was Diaz at the time. And before that, it was Laporte. And then there was one moment when they combined the both of them. Then they had Guehi that sometimes dropped in there. Then they had Nathan Ake that dropped it. No one ever said, why are we taking? No, they just kept rotating because there was games to play, different combination in certain games. I'm not saying you're incorrect in terms of I think you should keep a partnership together. I think that's the way to do it. But I think that's probably the old way of looking at it. I think now you have to keep rotating to keep it fresh.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I've got to go. Sorry,
big up, Dean.
Nice one, yeah.
Big up, Dean. Big up, Dean. I think, like, I'm not even. I think people are, again, you're misconstruing it, or not you ends, but like people in the chat not really understanding what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you don't go out there and you don't sign someone. Go and sign whoever it is that you think. If it's Guehi, then go sign Guehi. I don't really care. You get what I'm trying to say? It's not really that for me. All I am saying though is that regardless of that, then what I need now moving forward is I need people to either keep mouths quiet when we talk about these players and stop putting them on a pedestal that we have been doing for such a long time, or we just let things just play out as we should do as fans, as they kind of do. Because if we're going to put players on this kind of pedestal, it doesn't make sense that Mark Guehi, as good as I think he is, the way people have spoken about it, bro, there's no way Mark Guehi is even close to a Konate kind of level. So if he was to come in, I'm not saying he can't play against a Sunderland or a Ipswich, whoever's in this league. I don't mind them kind of games. But the way everyone's talking is if like, yeah, nah, don't worry, man. Like if for the next like 4 games that Konate is bad, I'm like, bro, no one really rotates a centre back out. Like if you're doing that, then that means Konate got to go. Like if my centre back's so dead that I've had to take him out, I'm like, right, like he's just got to go regardless. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
I think the way you're looking at it and analyzing it is not necessarily wrong, but I think it's I don't think your approach to it is in the I don't think you're approaching it in the right direction, bro. And the reason why I'm saying this, for us to be talking about interest in Guehi, and you're like, yo, that means Konate ain't this level, I think that's the wrong approach, bro. Because the thing that we know for a fact is, as good as Konate is, he's not consistent. And it's not consistent because of performance. It's consistent with availability. Guehi has that. So it's not about how good or not good Konate is. Well, Konate could be god tier. It's irrelevant. What's relevant is Guehi is at the level to play for Liverpool, like Enz is saying. Guehi backs himself. The manager believes in his ability. We as fans rate Guehi as well. Savage has been saying Guehi for a year and a half, fam. This is no surprise to me. So it's not about how far Konate is. And the one thing you're not mentioning is Virgil Van Dijk is 33, bro. I swear man's going to be 34. Guehi
but what does that mean? But what does Virgil being 33 mean?
I'm going to get into it. No, I'm going to get into it because, hey, man, this is the landing point. Bro, if Guehi comes in, he's learning from one of the best center backs in the league. If he's here for 2 years, think about this. If he's there for 2 years, Guehi just hit 26. Where do you want Guehi to hit his prime? At Palace or at Liverpool? Bro, this is what I'm saying. What Palace has to offer is great. What Guehi is doing right now is great. Won the FA Cup. Bro, man can come here and spend a year and a half on the Van Dijk, even a year on the Van Dijk, pushing a physical guy like Konate. Bro, Guehi will be learning from one of the top 3 center backs in his league. You don't put Guehi at number 3. I know you don't put him at number 3. He might be top 5 in the Prem, but he ain't top 3. He's coming in to learn under the top 2.
So you as a player will look at that.
If I'm an ambitious player ends and I'm number 6 and I can go and study for 1 and 2, and I know 1 is 33 and 2 might be out the door next season, where you going ends? Where you going ends?
You had to learn
what I'm saying. Number 1 is 33.
So as a player
on his contract, where am I going ends?
So as a player, you think as a player, and again, obviously he might sign, so this could all be a moot point, right? So you think as a player, right? Obviously, the other options, let's just say Newcastle. I don't know. I think there's another team, but we'll just go Newcastle for the time being, right?
Newcastle,
We'll just leave it Newcastle. So you think going to a team like Newcastle, who are on the up and up, right? A team who've just won a trophy last season, look good for whatever. Don't look good for a league, but they look good depending on if they can keep someone like an Isak, obviously, in the team. Rest of the team is really, really good, right? Look like a team who could probably do something cup-wise and then go from there, right? Play consistently. Don't know where that might potentially take you. We're now banking on him saying, you know what, I don't mind. And by the way, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think that in itself, if he was 18, that looks like a good prospect. That looks like, yo, I don't mind learning off of this guy for the next 2 years. And I don't mind them trying to push this guy out. I'm a guy who's literally been playing football for the best part of, I don't know how long he's been at Palace. I'm now captain of said team.
Bro, I got your answer already. Here's your answer. Here's your answer. He's on Crystal Palace, won the FA Cup. The team that's interested in him won the League Cup. The team that's coming in won the Prem and want to go win Champions League. Him going to Newcastle and winning Champions League. Him going to Newcastle and winning Prem. Bro, he's leaving FA Cup for League Cup. Bro, that's
to sit on the bench, though. No, but we're talking about him
bro.
No, but we're talking about him sitting on the bench. We're not talking about him.
It's different. The future. He's the future.
Of what?
Of Liverpool. What are you talking about? Virgil is 33 and Konate got 1 year on his contract. That's where I'm going, son.
So, okay,
yo,
if
Liverpool
Konate
call me and serve ice cream, I'll go right now. I'll quit my career.
So if Konate signs an...
What are you telling me, G?
If Konate signs an extension, now where do we go?
Bro, Virgil Van Dijk is 33. At some point, we have to let him go.
No.
Yeah, Virgil will leave, and then Konate. If Konate stays,
if Konate stay, the partnership is Konate and Guehi. Who got a problem with that? Raise your hand if you got a problem with that.
So you think a player is going to wait the 2 years banking on Virgil to
might not
then
be
leave.
here for
But-
2 years, bro.
Now, can we look at
So
it
now we're
another?
doing banking. Now we're
But can-
banking.
can
We're
we-
trying
No,
to
but
bank
that's
on all
what
of
a
these
squad
factors.
is, G. It's a team thing.
But again, I keep telling you, I'm not looking at it from the squad perspective. I'm talking about from a player perspective. How is he going to look at the
G,
bigger
are
picture?
you a player agent or are you a Liverpool fan, bro? Because I don't care about this player.
I'm a
thing,
football
bro.
fan first. I'm a football
No,
fan. I couldn't care less about all of that.
I'm bantering, but I'm just saying, bro. I'm Liverpool. We're getting a squad, G, and you're not really pumped.
No, because you're looking at it from
squad
that.
for the first time, G. Wait up.
Because we've had a
I lost
squad.
it.
Come
Because
on,
when
we got
when
the
Very
squad.
done lost it. But can we look at
when we have the squad, right? I don't want, like I said, I don't want to come back here in 6 months' time and you're complaining, or he's complaining, or KWASI's complaining.
Man.
I don't
G,
hear
allow
that.
me. I'm
Because
a
you know
fan.
I'm going
I
to be the
should be
first
happy,
person.
and I should be complaining.
No. You can't complain about something that you were trying to advocate. That don't make no sense. I can complain about something you advocate.
But can
Is
I?
that why you never complain about Salah running into mentions? We've watched him for 3
Of course
seasons.
not. Not when
running
he's
into
scoring all these
mentions.
goals. Not when he's scoring all these goals. No way. I can never complain about that.
Man, that was a low blow.
Yeah,
But
no.
can we-
G,
can we-
Nah, G, but I do rate what you're saying. Though. I do rate what you're saying.
Yeah.
You always
But,
took
and
the
this is,
high
but the thing
road,
is,
and I get it. I love it.
no. The thing is,
What
I
point
think
you trying to land
just
on,
before you go,
Quasi?
KWASI.
Okay,
No,
go
this is
on.
what I was trying to say. I was gonna say, I know all of you guys are not wrong. You guys are looking at it from a different perspective, right? Ents and Zuberi are more aligned. So I'm going to hit it with a different perspective. The manager is trying to have, we all been crying about when Salah goes off, who was there to take him next? What's the gap between the next player, between Salah and the next player? So right now, you know what I mean? So right now, us getting Guehi, so now the manager could say, you know what? If Konate or Virgil is not playing at, let's say, 8.5 out of 10, I can sub him because the next person who's coming is not going to be a big drop off. So now gee, this is a part where I was, as much as I agree with what you're saying, now let's put the question into Guehi. If Guehi believes in himself, he should be able to say, you know what? I can take one of these guys out. All I need is the opportunity. Now, it could be,
I agree.
it could be,
agree.
you know what I mean?
agree.
It could be the manager plays favoritism and then he will say, you know what? I don't care what you do. I'm still going to keep my man in there. But if Guehi is that good and he say, you know what? Konate is good. But if you give me 2-3 games, I can keep him on the bench. I mean, Kwanzaa did the same thing, right?
Hey, man, condolences.
No, but that's why I say I'm good with that. I don't mind if he's gonna as in. I'm not saying don't bring Guehi, by the way. I'm saying bring him. Like I'm good with bringing Guehi.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
I don't rate Konate to the level that clearly everyone here does, and everyone in the chat has rated him at anyway. So I don't find the level between a Konate and a Guehi that far. The point I was always trying to make throughout this conversation is that the fact that everybody is like, yeah, look, squad this, squad that, that's absolutely fine. But you've put these guys on pedestals. And by the way, we all remember, we've all been in chats, we've all been on Twitter, we've been everywhere. I remember these things. So when you guys have put this player on a pedestal, I'm like, okay, fair enough. If you put this guy on a pedestal, that's your prerogative. I don't really care about all of that. When another guy who you haven't put anywhere even close to that pedestal then comes in, what happened to that pedestal? Now I can't really hear what people are saying. Now, not everyone here on the panel. I'm more talking about the chat and more fans in a general sense, because now I'm looking at it thinking, damn, man. So you just put anybody anywhere, and as soon as something shiny comes along, you're just good with it. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's kind of crazy to me. Now, like I said, I don't care because I'm good with Guehi. I don't think Konate is that great anyway. Do you know what I mean? I feel like those two are like the same level regardless. So he can come in. So I'm good with him coming in. Not a problem. What I'm saying is you guys have put him on a pedestal. And this is why I said, stop putting these players on a pedestal now.
No, you
they're
can't
not
tell
of
me
the
that,
level.
man. I'm a fan. No.
They're not of the level. They're not
No,
of the
they
level.
are, man. Listen, I'm getting the Guehi shirt, G. Whether he's on the bench, and I'm getting the Guehi shirt. Call me what you want to call
I want
me.
to see your Guehi shirt.
I'm getting the Florian.
Bro, I got the Konate, the VVD, and the Trent already. I'm just waiting for the next black man to go in there. Yeah, I said it.
These are all players who play though. So it's kind of calm getting these guys in.
Right, let's get
I'm
to
getting it, man.
Let's get to these two super chats. So big up to Dean for the super chat. What
Big
you
up,
say? To
Dean.
be honest,
You got
at this
Dean.
moment, the LFC project is more attractive, especially to young players. I think buying Wakaki was Klopp the problem.
Ooh. That's a whole different show. That's a whole different show.
I don't. I'm gonna.
Nah.
I'm
I
gonna
got an answer. I got an answer. Dean,
Yeah.
I hope you're still listening. You see, you, Dean. I remember you, bro. Coppish nights and that. I'm telling you, man, Klopp was a problem. I don't agree with Zabiri still. Zabiri, you gotta chill. Now you man coming back. You see you man flipping it back now.
Right.
See now you man starting to flip it back. Starting to wake up now. You see the money getting spent. You man can be bought, you know. I was riding with the owners when they wasn't spending. And see, now money is spending. You man are starting to wake up and smell the coffee in that. Yeah, I told you,
That's
man,
facts.
we weren't broke, fam. Yeah,
That's
I told
facts.
you, man, certain man was blocking the money in that.
Say it again.
Yeah, Dean, I remember you, Dean. You used to come on after me, talking about, I don't agree with the Colonel still, or Zabiri still. Yeah, Dean, it's all love still, you know, Dean, but I'm glad you're realizing, man. I'm not saying he was the problem, but you can't tell me an owner take the club from 300 mil to 5+ billion don't got money. That's one thing you ain't gonna convince me of. You can convince me of the manager don't want to spend the money, but there's no way you're convincing me the man that ain't got money. The man that took it, bro. I know what profit looks like. You're not gonna tell me they didn't have money, bro. Liverpool fan counting the money.
Zubair, you know the crazy thing is, this guy, what's his name? Derby Down, James Pierce. He's out here trolling the FSG out people, talking about, oh, we ain't got money. Now, what do you guys say now? I'm like, brother, you and I went at it when you were telling people Liverpool ain't got that kind of cash.
Nah, Quasi, you're in that group too as well, you know.
Nah, I'm not.
No, you.
I'm not. You're not gonna be able to put me in that.
You know what question I asked Quasi? You know what question I asked Quasi? Klopp or Edwards? Who you taking?
Man, that's why I answered it right.
That's what he said.
I'm Edwards. No, I'm the one who said Edward was coming back. Come on, you know that.
No, you said he was coming back, but before he left, I said, who would you want to lose?
At that time, I still haven't answered the question at the time.
Yeah, exactly. You're still
I never answered the question. But
bro, all I'm saying is, bro, you can't tell me we got money and we ain't spending it. You're gonna tell me it's because of the owners, bro. I'm telling you, Klopp would have pointed at any player. Listen to the way they talk about Guehi. Listen to the way they talk about Isak. They said, big man, send me the price and I'll pay that. That sound like a man that never had money, or that sound like a man that didn't know what to buy? And if I give you money and I say go to the store and I don't tell you what to buy, you might come back from the store with the money. You didn't tell me what to buy.
You know why it's so sticky here? Because I realize in life, when things change and flips around the other way, we looked after Klopp. He was one of our own. The gaffer, he won us our first Prem.
Hold him down.
We look after him. But then when certain things are coming to light, bro, like all of a sudden this new manager is in the building. And we start just spending money like, I want to ask the question, but I don't want to ask because I don't want to be disrespectful. But I want to ask why we weren't going after these. You got told the money weren't there.
This is the power people were not paying attention. He wanted Van Dijk, and they even told him, we will get you Koulibaly. He said, I'm sticking with Van Dijk, 75 mil, 60 million on Alisson. Let's get closer. Nunes. He could have gotten Isak for cheaper, but he's like, no, I'm going for Nunes. And then they paid him for 85. So the money has always been there if he wanted it. They've said it. If you want the money, we got you. But it's up to him to spend it. And he chose not to because he had certain players that he didn't want to, get out of the club. We forced him to rebuild the midfield. We forced him to rebuild the midfield.
Nah, Quasi, listen. I hate when you do this fence sitting thing and try to...
No, this was
like you a ninja. Nah, you ain't popping no smoke. You can do this on your channel, but you ain't doing it here.
It's mad, yeah. I know, Zabir, I'm with you because when you go on other, I do the same. When I go on the other one, I still
you're popping smoke in that.
I still think I'm
that's why you have to do it. That's why you have to do it.
I should be over there like saying whatever I want to say, but I'm
posting.
Nah,
thank you.
I'm telling you, me and Quasi had a few conversations, more personal, but you know what I mean. We always come back to Liverpool at some point or another. Quasi was always with the top smoke. Quasi wanted to burn down the establishment. He didn't want to discredit Edwards, but he was like, I don't know if Edwards can do it without Klopp. So basically what Quasi was saying is he don't know if FSG can do it without Klopp. Now
that's what the mistake was.
So now Quasi's seated. Quasi's like,
nah. And remember, and you and I had a show.
Quasi, he wasn't on it like this, Quasi.
Quasi, it feels like you're in the courtroom right now. But before you go, Quasi, let me read Nicholas's super chat.
Zuberi is out here trying to throw me under the bus.
I hear it. All right.
Quasi, you're the first guy to went into the YouTube jail.
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, but that was the accusations. The false
it's real accusations, bro.
The false accusations.
Big up to Nicholas, man. He says, what's your guys' percentage and we sign in Isak? I'm 75%.
I'm
95%. I'm only 5% off because I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, Nicholas. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's not like I don't believe, but I'm 0%. Here's why I'm 0%. I'm a bit superstitious. I back the manager, I back the club, I support the entire establishment down to the cook and the guy that scooped the ice cream. If that job is available, let me know. I'll come scoop the ice cream. But we can't get Isak. I'm telling you right, we can't get him.
Nah, this is the part where Zuberi. We got him. Last time you came on the show.
Listen, I'm telling you why we can't get him.
Okay.
It's like City getting Haaland. You already know the result. You already know the result.
We need it.
I'm not saying we don't need it. No, I'm not saying we don't need it, but I don't know if I can live like that. Bro, I've spent way too many days in the dungeon as a Liverpool fan in the basement. There's no way I'm making it to red carpet. And you as a Liverpool fan on the red carpet?
He's
on TV.
You don't want to go back to the days. Okay, you remember the days, right? I'll say maybe after Klopp assembled the greatness, right? We're watching a game, and we knew as soon as Liverpool scored, you could go and make a drink, you just know the game was won.
Yeah.
But we're about to go back to that again, but this time it's going to be
what I want.
But we're going to make a drink at 3-4-0.
It's guaranteed trophy. We're going into the season guaranteeing trophies. We've never been here. Remember, we used to predict trophies. Oh, yeah, I think we can get two. I mean, if the manager does the right thing and we do the right business in January, getting Isak is guaranteed trophy, fam.
But that's the thing. We need, because I hear a lot of people saying too, we need to get that underdog mentality. We need to go in.
Quasi, I'm with that. But you have to understand, before you become an underdog, where were you? Basement. And then you come up underneath the champions. Now we're the champions.
Zuberi is not ready for the shock. The shock is too much for Zuberi. Right now,
that was my argument against Klopp. My argument against Klopp, and I don't want to shell shock you, man, or disrespect Klopp. I love Klopp with all my heart, bro. But my argument against him was he was basically the first Arteta. Talking about he's just happy to challenge. Bro, he came runner-up so many times. And I was like, yo, why are you, man, sticking by a manager who's content with runner-up?
Yeah.
That was my energy for Klopp. I'm like, why doesn't he want more? We won the league, man. Bought RV Elliott, fam, and a tired Thiago. What the hell are we doing with that? Look what Slot is doing now. We won the league, bro. Man is saying, get me one of the dangerous strikers. Get me top 6 defender. Man saying, get me the best guy in Bundesliga. Like, that's the energy when you win. Klopp was here talking about, I trust the midfield players. What happened the next season, bro? We came, 5th? He had to rebuild the midfield. He lied to us, bro. I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying, bro, Klopp had that Arteta energy. Man was starting to compare him with Wenger. Just glad to come top 4. This is what I'm trying to show you, man. It's not like I'm trying to tear down his empire and ends. I'm just saying to you, man, bro. Now we've came from sleeping giants to challenging for a couple years, nicking it one. Bro went to bare finals and lost on the Klopp. Klopp have the most loss in the finals in managerial history. And man want to tell me it's because we're not spending money. Man said we lost them finals because the owners wasn't spending money.
That's why I don't want to, when I bring up Klopp. When we bring up Klopp, that's why I said at this moment in time, the conversation is going to be uncomfortable.
Well, you know what? To the FSG out, man, I'll give you an ammo because I'm a fair guy. See, man, telling me relax. So, man, saying exactly, I'm a fair guy. I've learned to play neutral. So I came with that energy. I'm gonna tell you, man, this right now. If you're FSG out, or you're sitting on the fence because you like what they're doing now, stay where you were. If you're FSG out, it's fine. Because I'll tell you right now, that man could have been starving Klopp and got this opportunity to make Klopp look bad and just start dashing the peas. You know that one ends where you really...
Nah, it's good, bro.
That one ends where You know what I'm saying? You've been dogging them chicks out, and then you're like, you meet a girl, you're like, nah, let me wife her up one time, show people that I'm a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Fix up the image in that. If there's ever a time to fix up the energy, it's now with the new manager. Hey, look, guys, I'll spend any money.
All right, let's. Dean's fired back, man. Dean said, "Nah, Colonel, I was always on Klopp." I don't know, Dean. I actually agree with what Zabiri said because I do remember those call-ins, and you wasn't, bruv. You used to get onto Zabiri a lot about him getting onto, Klopp and stuff like that. He said I was always on Klopp, his tactics and his lack of adaptability. However, I think FSG bought him because they knew he was more of a builder.
Yeah, but you know what, Dean? One of my most classic calling for me. I don't know where Kopish ranked them. I think Kopish. Shout out to Kopish. I might have to hit Cal and tell him to do. It's probably a long show to do or a long research to do, but just top calling moments. I think they should do a top calling moments, like maybe at the end of the season or before the new season, run like a top calling moments thing. Because I remember I came in and I was like, yo, Klopp is a good builder, but he can only build the foundation and the sites. He's not a roofer. You know what I'm saying?
I do remember that.
Bro, that's when people was really that's when I started the Klopp out movement. When people was like, yeah, Robin, yeah, he built this to a certain point, but he can't take us over the top. And I was like, yeah, because he ain't a roofer, bro. And some players and some managers, they do have that limitations. You see what I'm trying to say? FSG as owners, that was probably one of their limitations. It's not overstepping the manager like some owners do. You know, some managers like, yo, I trust the midfield. And an owner can look at it and go, big man, I don't know, Henderson is 33. He's getting on. Virgil, 33. I don't think the Guehi signing might be even a slot signing. I think that might just be a FSG Edwards type of signing. Because like I said, bro, Virgil is getting old. Konate got 1 year left. Bro, the club don't want to leave it on the manager to sort that, bro. They might be like, yo, let's get Guehi in. And then you can decide whether it's going to be Guehi or Konate. You let us know, and we'll pitch it either way possible, fam. Bro, we're not going to lose money getting Guehi for 45. He only got a year left on his contract, I believe. Guehi is not very marketable at 100 either. So I don't know why them men are playing hardball, fam. Bro, Guehi got probably like a year at best, bro. He ain't going for them numbers no more. We can get Guehi for a cool 50 if he's interested.
I think less than that.
You see what I'm trying to say, bro? I think he got the same time as Konate. So if we got two men, bro, Konate gonna have to fix up. Show us that you want to be here. Show us that
but to be fair to Konate, he has. He just said, yo, I just pay me the change in it, bro. That's all he wants to be here. Just he wants to change as well.
Bro, it might be another Genie thing. Genie wanted to be here as well, but he wanted Henderson money.
All right, let me go to these last two super chats. Big up to Jarquez as well. The underdog merchant, another Klopp. I hear it, man. The underdog merchant Klopp didn't want that smoke that came with spending big. Slot is all about trophies.
Yo, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself because that's my energy. Because Klopp put in a statement, I'm here for friendship, not trophies. Slot ain't here for friendship. Man's here for trophies, man.
But I have a quick question, Zuberi. Do you think after he won the league, he was done? Because that's when all those
after who won the league?
When Klopp won the league. When Klopp won the league, he was done. Because all that statement that you say, that one all came after he
to be honest, man, Klopp is a G. I remember black suit, black shirt, black tie Klopp. Love Klopp.
The Dortmund Klopp.
Klopp. Love Klopp. Hey, I love him because he's a man of his words and a great humanitarian and just a great human being. I became a better man because Klopp was the manager of Liverpool. I said it.
Right.
I became a better man because Klopp was the manager of Liverpool. The way he conducted himself, carry himself, winning the league is like playing a FIFA career mode with a small team. Once you get to the Prem Champions League and win the league with that team, in your back of your mind, you're like, bro, let me just start a new game. It gets boring. You take like a Brentford with 20 mil budget, and all of a sudden next season Brentford is starting with 200 mil. You're like, the game's boring now because Brentford can't buy anyone. You see what I'm trying to say? So I think for Klopp, he might have peaked there. You see what I'm trying to say? Back-to-back Champions League final. He might have peaked there. He would top that without dominating. And dominating wasn't in his nature. So to be fair, and that's what I'm trying to disrespect him. I just try to let the fans know some manager do cap out. You see what I'm saying? Some manager do tap out. Maybe that's what he tapped out. I didn't see that at the moment. I just felt like I understood his assignment. His assignment is he loves the challenge. And it's okay to challenge, bro. That's what we do. We go in these matches, we challenge for all 4 trophies. It's calm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Slats, on the other hand, he's like, yeah, fuck challenging. I want it.
He wants it, bro. Big up to Sing G as well for the super chat. It says,
Yeah,
Liverpool on a serious, very long time. I don't know if you know him, Zuberi, but he's been watching you for a minute, maybe from Coppish, maybe.
Nah, you see, the thing is, man, I was riding into work. I don't want to hog up your stream ends with the energy and that, bro. But I was riding into work, and I told Cal this. I've never told you, man, on stream. Bro, as a Liverpool fan, I've never known another Liverpool fan. Bro, I'm being honest. I've never known another Liverpool fan. The first Liverpool fan I met, Redman TV. I was like, bro, Liverpool fan exists. I was on Redman TV. I saw a Coppish. I'm like, wait, there's black Liverpool fan? Wait, Jamaican Liverpool fan? Bro, I went on Coppish. Yeah, man, start hitting me. My cousin live across the street. He's like, what, you a Liverpool fan? I'm like, bro, you lived across the street, fam. I didn't know you was a Liverpool fan. Because we was just in hiding. So I told myself, you know what, man, I want to be known across the world as a Liverpool fan, man. This hiding in the dark stuff, it ain't going to fly with me, man. You know what I mean? So big up all you Liverpool fan across the world, man. Appreciate the love.
But
all the energy.
Yeah. You know, but I think people need to understand when Klopp can be criticized. We love Klopp. And he was the final piece to that puzzle, the first, FSG 1.0 or whatever we want to call it. So when we say certain thing he did wrong, doesn't mean we say that he's a bad manager. The guy is a genius.
Nah, bro.
The guy, what he did.
Uncle I've ever had, bro.
Yeah, the guy, what the guy did, I don't think too many coaches can come in and do with the budget, with what was going on at the time. And remember, Liverpool fans, we also had to buy into. We all basically say, okay, we're gonna be quiet and have him do his job, and that's exactly what he did.
So listen, man, I'm about to get all emotional in that, bro. When
people think
when Arne Slot sing Jurgen Klopp's name I cried. There, I said it, man. I cried, man. I cried, bro. I cried. I cried.
But that's what Liverpool's all about, man.
I cried, fam. I cried at many Liverpool. I was in tears, bro. Shout out to the missus for not being here. She was down in New York and I was at the end by myself, bro. I let it out, bro. My dog came and started licking them tears.
That guy had tears,
bro. I was crying, bro. Bro, I was in the living room singing Jurgen Klopp. I was crying. Bro,
but at the same time, but guess what? But at the same time, the man did a few things that we all agree that, bro, you could have done it better. Let's all be honest. I
ain't gonna lie, man, because he watching Klopp, I didn't think he could have done that. I was blind. I was blind, bro. For me, he couldn't be done that, bro.
He did a lot of things, because one thing that I'll give credit to Zuberi was when he challenged me about Edward versus Klopp. One of the challenges was, do you think Klopp is that good, or was it the players that were so good they made him look good, right? So the idea is sometimes the genius knows how to bring the best out of anybody, and then you take it to the next level, and that's why I feel like Klopp did. He challenged certain players. He did it before, so we can't say, oh, it was the first time. He did it at Dortmund. I mean, Lewandowski, come on now. Lewandowski came in. He was even on the bench. Right, we have Marco Reus. We got a few players out there that we could say that he came under this guy, and he's built it twice.
Yeah,
so he has the money.
We're on this Klopp thing too much, bro. Let's focus.
I'm just saying we have to, because people.
G, I got a question for you, because I feel like I can only trust you with this. Yeah, we got the Klopp smoke and all of that.
No, because I said it because people thought that we were just bashing.
KWASI. Hear the question, KWASI, and get your answer together. No sitting on the fence today, fam. Bro, Arne Slot inherited a squad and won the league. Man came from where? Feyenoord and that. I love Feyenoord. I play with them in career mode and shit. Bro, do we really trust Arne Slot to handle Wirtz, Frimpong, Guehi, Konate, VVD, Salah, King? We're talking about King. Batman, wingman. Are we really trusting a Feyenoord manager who just inherited a squad and won the league, lost the final to Newcastle? Are we really trusting these men?
With all that money?
The Slot.
Yeah, I trust him. I trust him.
Yeah, I trust him.
Okay.
I
I thought
trust
it was
him.
going to be a little pushback. I thought it was going to be a little fence.
No. But Zuberi, check this out.
But I've said
Oh, go ahead,
I like Klopp, Slot from the jump. Like
Hey,
I think I've said it on ends.
And make sure you clip that part.
No, I've heard G say earlier.
No, I've said it from the jump, like the way he,
Oh no,
it's
not
just
the
obviously-
not the slot part. Gee, not the slot part. The part where he said I love Klopp. I want you to clip it. So one day
he misspoke, didn't he?
yeah,
He
one of
misspoke.
these days, I might have to.
you know
come
what
back
it is?
to
It's
that.
the chat. It's the chat. They're so bad, man. But yeah, no, it's I fucked with it.
Because we seen like other managers come from. It's tough to manage. My quota for a transfer window is 3 players. My quota for a good transfer window is 3 players. This man is linked with 6. I think 6 is too much. And every year, Liverpool fans ask for 6 players. And this might be the first window where we get 6 players in. And I'm asking you the question. I think 6 is too much to gel for any team, much less a team at the top.
Do you know what? I'm slightly with you on that because I'm slightly with you because I don't think too much change. I didn't want too much change. That's why when Kwanzaa was leaving, I'm like, raw, I get it, innit? I understand.
And that's why I don't want Isak to happen. Isak, that's
change.
too much, fam.
No. That has to
Isak, that has to happen. That one has to happen. Robo is the one that I don't have to.
Yeah, Robo is the one I don't want to go as well, bro. I said that extra year. Give him a year extension, and then we can run him the next season. You can let him go. I think Tsimikas should be the one that goes, but Tsimikas said he's cool. Chilling on the bench, bro. He's cool with 27, 29 games. Like, I can't even knock him. He just told everyone, like, yo, I'm calm with that, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's minor for me. But I've got another super chat still. Let me I need to get G's opinion on it.
You don't have to get my opinion.
No, we're super chat. We have to big up to the guys that sent the super chat. Big up to the chat as well, man. Love for the love, guys. Let's keep getting them likes in, man. Please, please, please. Jacques said, G, what's your thoughts on Klopp?
He said he loves Klopp, man. You didn't hear
him? What time is it?
Save your chest. Save your chest, man.
I think Klopp.
Hey, yo,
big up
Chelsea just lost.
I think. Oh, did they? I think Klopp was a good. No, I think he was a world-class manager. But you know what he reminds me of? And I'll just say this and move. You know them. I think Jerry said it in the chat that we were speaking on earlier on. Ends. You know them chicks, who used to be fire back in the day, like fire, and now when you look at them, you're like, ugh.
No. Jerry said that.
Yeah,
he
wasn't talking about Klopp. No, he wasn't talking about Klopp. We was talking about something else, like something.
Oh, but you're drawing Klopp to that.
To that. That's the way.
Drawing Klopp to that.
That's the way I look at Klopp. When I look at him, I'm like, you know, someone who gives you the ick.
I don't need the head bop. You are drawing Klopp to that.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know when someone gives you the ick, even why is your shoes even just laid on the floor here? Like put them properly back on the shelf. Like, that's how angry I was. Not anymore. Obviously, he's gone now. I don't care about that. But that's how angry I was by the time he left. That to the point where I was extremely happy that he was leaving. I was like, you actually need to go, because we've now crossed the line of I respect you so much. And if you guys were watching my old YouTube channel that I used to have before I had the GTV, if you watch that channel, bro, I was one of his biggest fans, biggest supporters.
I do remember
see when we crossed that line. When we cross that line, you see me when you cross a line with me, yeah, bro. There's no, like, we're not coming back. Like,
can I ask you one other question, NG?
Yeah, sagging titties, you know.
Yes.
Do you think Klopp could have gotten us this brother here if he was still here?
Nah. I don't even think he would have entertained it.
I think he
wouldn't have wanted to upset McAllister some other.
I don't think like like, don't get twisted. Like, Slot doesn't have more pull than freaking Klopp. Like, that's not possible. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Klopp was Klopp. I don't think it's anything to do with like, yeah, this guy's got more pull. Like, so I think, yeah, if he had the option to get Wirtz, I think Klopp would have gotten a Wirtz if he had the opportunity to get Wirtz. What I will say though on all of this is that I do think it is a little bit disingenuous the way people speak about the way we're spending money now, as if it's like Klopp didn't really want it. In my head, I'm like, I don't think he even looked at it like that. I just think he was just more of a guy where it's like, as you just said, he's not really trying to upset the apple cart. So maybe you don't go and get £150 million or 116 million pound player kind of thing.
Those price tags to be
exactly.
Because at some point your success will bring you there. You see what I'm saying?
And that's why we got angry. This is
why I love him so much, bro. This is why I love him so much. He's the man of morals, right? So his moral was, I don't think any player should be worth that. But then, like I said, when you start with a Wrexham on career mode, if you keep winning, at some point you're gonna start the league with $300 million to spend.
Yeah, of course.
You feel what I'm trying to say? At that point, what do you do? Keep buying the $20 million players? You can't. You see what I'm saying? So for us, when Klopp said, "Oh, I'm gonna wake up the sleeping giant," bro, once you wake us up and won the Champions League and the Premier League, you put yourself in a bracket to buy 150 mil players. So you can't stand on your morals and go, it's not really my thing. Because basically what you're telling me is, I've done my job here. I need to go. Now that you've woken us up, that's what he basically said to me. That's what I got from his statement. His statement is, I don't believe in buying those players. But once you wake us up, bro, you're putting us in that bracket. Bro, it's like me, bro. I'm not trying to brag, but once you make a certain money in the US, you have to start a business. If I think like, I don't want to put the number out there. Plus, you get what I'm saying, though, right?
I know, I got you. You're right.
A certain amount of money,
they're moving to a different tax bracket. Yep.
Once you cross over ends, if you don't have a business, you're done.
You are in trouble.
Yeah, you're done.
And I think that's the part where I think he probably did not put it into his.
He didn't plan for the exit. That's
exactly.
That's what killed it.
Exactly.
He didn't have an exit strategy.
He
never thought about leaving us once he fell in love. And to your point with the chick, that's what kills them. They fall in love with the guy and they forgot to maintain themselves. They forgot to, you know what I'm trying to say? Do the upkeep, do what's required. So we fell in love with this beautiful chick. We've married her. She was like, oh, I got the ring. Now I'm Mrs. G or Mrs. Jerry running around here. And they ain't trying to keep up with themselves. Now you come out, there's this broad back, big back thing laying on your couch. You ain't falling in love with no big back. You see what I'm saying? No, that's basically what happened, bro. Man got comfortable, bro. You can't get comfortable. You got to be performing every season. It's not just the players. The manager got to perform. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to perform. And that's why I tell people all the time, whatever got you there, keep doing that to stay there. Don't get there and switch up.
The thing is, it's just funny, man. It's like I said, we ain't got that kind of time where I would go into that kind of thing. But you're right, like everything you're saying, man. I just think you got to a point, and as you said, you didn't think about what comes next. It's almost like you didn't even think we would get to this point at this stage. So I'm like,
that's the part that killed me.
That's the part.
That's the part that killed me. It's almost like man didn't know he can really get there. Then when he got there, he could really get raw.
Exactly. And I think like that was always like I said, like if people, Scousers in London, if anyone used to watch that old school when they used to have the man them on, go and watch that if it's still on YouTube. The way I used to champion this guy, and I told you right now, I used to think, like because obviously we were still getting to that point, right? So
once we got the JK tattoo.
I'm not getting another man tattooed on my body, but I get.
No, I didn't say another man. I just said JK, like just letters. It's just letters in the alphabet.
But we know what those letters mean.
No, because
I don't want to get
HIJK. It could just been.
I don't want the alphabet on my body. But what I'm trying to say is that like when he finally got to that stage, let's say 2020, right? When he got there, you know, like I swear, it all happened so quickly as well. Like anything he started to do now, like I said, you know, just why is your shoes here? Like anything you do now,
right?
Like, why talking so loud in the press
G.
conference. Like I don't need to
G.
hear all of that. Like
Yeah,
it's mad.
it's the maddest thing when the simplest thing ticks you off, bro.
Yes.
Like, yo, you ain't gonna button your top button. Oh, that's how you leave it now.
literally.
So, yo, you just gonna leave the fridge door open.
Yeah.
It's like,
Bro,
like bro.
Why is the microwave so hot? Like, as in, I don't want it to be this hot when I come to use it. Like, just
Why
make
do you do it
like,
for 3 minutes? Should I do a minute and a half?
Bro,
yo, why you
like,
flush the toilet so hard? It's just a regular flush, you know. Nah.
Bro, honestly, but like I say, I won't disrespect him because the reality is this, right? Without him, I never saw a Premier League. Like, I'd never ever seen one. So the reality is, he was the reason why I saw one. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I will always, you know, them kind. He's one of them. He's like your old girlfriend, like he's like or whoever you lost your virginity to. It's just one of them. It's like I'll always remember you. Like you'll be that in my memory. But outside of that, yeah. But that's why I don't want to talk about Klopp. Like I'd rather focus on Slot.
Yes, but that's why, and that's why I was kind of responding to the comment because they thought that where we were bringing certain things that he did wrong, they thought we were bashing it. We were just saying no.
No, KWASI, I was getting DMs when I was talking about, bro. When I was talking about Klopp like 3-4 years ago, I was getting DMs saying, "Yo, come and link me in Liverpool. Like, let's see if you're saying what you're saying." I was like,
they say, "Come outside,
bro."
They were like, "Cash outside."
Ends. When I tell you, yeah, it was. You see some of the messages you've had here on thing, bro. It was like that times a million.
Oh
in
yeah,
my
them
DMs. Ask Jerry, bro. Ask Jerry, bro. Them times there, it was mental. When we used to do the show, everyone used to watch the show on Husam's channel. We used to do the therapy show. The way I used to cuss, it's so mad. It wasn't even Klopp's book, but I used to cuss Klopp. Anyway, like, why you let this? That's how you know you're just a bitch nigga. Like, why you let him write?
Yo, nah,
you took it there, G. Mad, like, bro. Go watch the Hussam show, bro. Like that show got, man, like I said, DMs telling me, yo, where are you? I'm saying I'm here in London. If you want to come here, then you can come here. It's totally up to you. Like I'm not.
I got violent, bro. That's why you can't say something about Klopp. Respect Klopp, bro.
It ends. This is I didn't know that at the time. I thought we were just all having a football conversation like we are here. Just, you know, we're chatting. I don't mind if people disagree. It's all great. I thought it was that, not I'm getting DMs. I'm like, rah, Ali, you remember? Bro, I remember you was all here in the thing, man. It was good times though. It was good times. I actually like those times.
Maybe, yeah, but G, it sounded like it's crazy because like I started the Klopp out movement, but it sounded like you was already waving that flag long before I got on the scene, bro.
I'll keep it. Obviously, I'm not here to do who was first.
No. But I'm just saying, your energy now is shocking to me because I always put you on the other side. If that makes sense.
No. Let's put it this way. From 2020, let's say once we won the league, and then I saw what then transpired, like literally the season later. I wasn't even on the excuses. Like,
we were synced up then because that's when I started it as well. It was 2020. And in 2019, 2020, I was on that. But big up to you, G, man. Thanks.
Push it down.
It's a safe space. Right. I think it's a safe space. You might get a few DMs later, but
this channel is a safe space, man. We try and make sure it's safe for everyone to.
But it's big man thing, big woman thing, all of that, right? Bro, the man right there, fam. I don't know if Slot has. Bro, I see what he did with Jurgen Klopp's squad. And I've always told you, man, I don't want to rate Slot yet until I see what he does with his own squad. And I'm telling you right now, his squad is mad.
Yeah.
Might be the best squad in Liverpool history. We might have to put this back to some other squad that I've never seen play.
Back to
you know what it is, we have to kind of hold tight with the like, no, not hold tight with the gasness. I think we need to let that go. But we can't do the comparison until we have a.
Ends, but that trophy or no trophy. Ends. I've picked up Liverpool with no trophy. Don't take this from me. Talk about we need to wait to see what trophy we get.
When we only had Gerrard running.
You know, this is what happens.
Yeah.
This is the thing. See, this is Liverpool fans. Yes, like we were talking about Klopp. Gerrard is the ultimate Mr. Liverpool. But we have to also understand. Let's not talk about Gerrard. I understand, but we have to also understand that we're going to have great teams where Gerrard was not part of the great team. We won the league twice. He wasn't part of it.
Nah, man.
I'm just saying.
Yo, yeah. Thank you, Eds. I was about to say,
Nah,
why
you
you
can
keep letting
Quasi. Quasi,
why
go
you
back.
keep
Go
letting
back,
Quasi disrespect Gerard like
yeah,
this?
it's not. Nah,
It's the
Quasi.
second time this week, bro.
Twice in the week, you know, I've heard him
In the
disrespect
week,
Gerrard.
you know what the man said? Origi had better moments than Gerrard. Moments. He limited to moments.
So, G,
I'm like,
we're
bro,
talking about a Champions League header. We're talking about the FA Cup comeback. We're talking about Olympiacos, the goal that drew us into the. We're talking about the goal against Inter as well. Remember the 2-0?
G,
Like,
I brought even the tackles. I said Gerrard best tackles trump any Origi moment. Man said, nah,
hold on. What moments where people trying to put up with Origi? Like, what moments has he got?
No,
Barcelona,
not people.
Everton.
No, not people. Quasi.
Quasi.
The only one I've seen with that.
Okay.
Quasi,
Okay.
don't draw no one
This
else.
is
No,
why
no,
he's
you
on
can't.
the court,
This
bro.
is
That's why
why
he has to be
bro,
back
this-
in
yo,
court
Quasi,
again, bro.
I didn't know where he comes up with.
You know the man who go jail, come out, and they don't learn the lesson. Just now they're just back in jail, just continuously going and going and going. Now you're not even learning your lesson, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Now you've got to now do a religious thing because it's like, well, you need to turn to something. Like,
Yeah,
Quasi, man.
like, and then now you're trying to.
The man is trying to tell me Gerrard will never make an all-time Liverpool 11. Quasi, allow me, man.
oh no,
Nah, Quasi, you're gonna have to sit
I'm
there,
about
bro.
to delete your number, you know.
Now, Quasi has to sit there and stew, blood. You're gonna have to sit there and stew.
You know
for
what
the rest of
Quasi
the
is
night,
sitting
bro.
right now? The same chick G's talking about. The one that switched it up on you, and there's everything they say icks you out, bro. That's Quasi now, man. How you rate him, you know?
man said I used to rate.
That's everything he says. Just kicks me out. That's crazy.
I used to rate Quasi, man. Ghanaian and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's one player I don't take. No, like, bro, and it's that bad. Yeah, I'll fight over Gerrard.
Do you know
I won't disrespect my guy.
Yo,
Bro.
listen,
This guy brought me through school in one piece. This guy brought me through football conversations when we weren't even relevant in one piece.
Bro,
you got no one disrespect him, bro.
Bro, Gerrard, I'm not trying to be racist here, but if it is, it's fine. I'll own it. It's the only white man you can call me because they called me that when I was in high school because I was the only nice guy.
I screamed out that name scoring goals, bro.
Bro, what? Bro, the only nice guy on my team. They're like, oh, my team name was Liverpool. They was like, oh, you're Gerrard. I'm like, I usually don't like when people call me a white man, but I'll take that.
Because he's the guy
every day. I'll take that one, bro. I actually cried to put in Madrid on Gerrard fan.
Quasi, bro.
The barbershop Quasi, before you go.
Yes.
You see when you're on your stream, run your barbershop talks, because barbershop talks is very loose.
Yeah.
Well, you go on another stream, allow the barbershop talks, man. That's all I'm saying. I think it'll help you. Friend to friend.
But Zuberi, I was on your side. You didn't even let me finish my statement.
No, because you can't start where you started off.
No. But Zuberi said Slot could be potentially have the greatest team ever in Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
And says no because Stevie G is not part of it. And that's
no, I didn't say Stephen G. I just said no because there's teams back in the day. I think we need to win something first before we can do
we agree with that.
I don't know. I didn't say Steven Gerrard. You just see what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I said
you ran with it, Quasi.
He was disagreeing with your point, Zuberi, because you didn't add Stevie G. And I'm saying we need to understand that we're gonna have great teams where Stevie G is not like the Mane and
why
Salah
is Steven Gerrard on your mind?
But you know what? Because you mentioned Stevie G and Origi early in the week, it triggered me. I heard Stevie G and I was done.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask G the question? So that
you can't ask no question, bro.
No, we already talked about it. Yeah,
G, this is what I said.
Don't bring it back up, bro.
All right, I'm not saying it. I'm gonna keep quiet.
Just guys. You see, bro. I'm trying to push you guys to subscribe to him, but here's what he's doing, bro. Big up to Jacquees, man. The late 2000s, LFC were good enough to get one league. Big up, man. Hashtag number 8, bro. Big up to our captain, bro. Big up to Gerrard. He carried us on his backpack.
Yo, bro, we came second one season, bro. Then he had Torres. Him and Torres was doing a madness. Then he had Suarez towards the end, and we came second. It's because it was just him. It was always just him, bro.
But you find the need,
fantastic, man.
And you find the need to compare him to Origi, bro. Moments.
I did not compare. See, this is the Hollywood talk. I did not.
Can I answer? Did he not say who had more greater moments?
No,
Origi or Gerrard? That's exactly word for word. That's what he said.
Can I get permission to ask G the question?
I rate G to disrespect you at any moment. So go ahead.
G, this was the premise of the question, right? I said, even I'm being blasphemous, bringing
just ask the man the question, bro. Stop watering it down. Ask him what what I just said.
This is what I said. You remember the show Versus, right?
Yeah.
That during the pandemic, and I said it was catalog versus catalog. So I just said, in terms of moment, that's Origi has catalog where he can say Stevie G. Let's talk.
That's not the way you put it.
That's how I brought it up. You didn't listen.
Not how we brought it up.
Don't blame me. You didn't listen.
That's exactly how he brought it up. It's not, to be fair, he did say in a versus manner. I'll even elaborate a little bit more.
But he didn't say the catalog stuff. He didn't.
He did. No,
I did.
I don't remember him saying the catalog.
He did.
Hollywood. See, now you wonder why I was in court.
No,
man, damn, my lawyer
said
waiting
for versus catalog for catalog.
Mm-hmm.
But the category of the catalog is moments. Origi has moments to go up against Stephen G. That is word for word what KWASI says. Catalog for catalog, only on moments. And what I was trying to get KWASI to see, Gerrard tackling moments still trump Origi moments.
But okay, you know
what? He disagrees.
But okay, what moments does Origi have in your eyes?
Ask KWASI, bro.
That's what I'm asking.
I gave Origi 7. It's really 5, but I gave him 7.
Go on, just name 5 then.
So I'm saying, I'll say 1 when he scored the goal against Everton, where Klopp jumped into the what they call it, into
Allison hands. Yeah.
Okay, that versus Olympiacos. So what's the next one?
Okay, and then I said, okay, even corner kick it quickly, he scored the goal. He scored 2 goals.
We had this argument the other day. This is a Trent thing. This ain't even an Origi thing.
But he had to score.
Thank you.
He had to score.
G, you're having the same conversation me and Enz had with him. Me and Enz had to give him more Origi moments.
Versus Newcastle. Versus Newcastle, when Salah got concussed, he had to score for us to keep up with City, right? Champions League.
I'll give you Gerrard scoring against Newcastle in the season that we finished second. I even feel like that's a bigger moment than.
And he duppied the keeper, bro.
yeah, like literally. Like, I'll even give you that. When he scored the free kick, when he scored the free kick.
No, I'm just going. Okay, go ahead.
But go on. Okay, no, go on. Continue.
What's your next one, then?
What's your next one?
Oh,
I haven't even said the other. By the way, I haven't even used the 2 that I've got in my back pocket. But go on.
Okay. Yeah, Newcastle 3-2. What was the other one?
I'll give you the same one I gave you. The Everton game with the Mane assist.
Mane assist, yes. That
when he rounded Pickford. I think he
rounded
Pickford.
There's another
final. Go on. What's another one?
There was another one that he's the one that I think it was Lovren who sent him the long pass, dropped it in there, bang it.
Olympiacos.
You said Olympiacos twice. You can use.
All right, you can use the hat-trick against Everton then.
Gerrard, no, not even that. You know what? I'll even use. How about Gerrard scoring against Manchester United in the Community Shield when he scored that flipping worldie from God knows where? I'll even use that. Man United were wearing the white kit. Go on, next one.
Okay. Wolves. We needed to win. Last minute goal. 2-1.
Gerrard Champions League final.
He scored a Champions League final too. I mean, come on. I understand that Gerrard's squad was higher.
We can make it have to be the winner, but it wasn't.
I mean, Origi also scored in the final.
No. Listen, we're a Liverpool fan here. We know Tottenham did not score in that game. So regardless of Origi scored or not, we'd have won the game.
He came off the bench. He came off the bench.
That's even worse. He wasn't even a main guy.
If you go in your barber shop and there's no one waiting to get a haircut, remember this week. Remember this week. Ed, it's a pleasure being here with you, man. G,
I need to shoot.
I'm gonna end it.
Just so you know, I saw something in the chat. I'm gonna bring it back up in December.
You see how AR didn't even listen to what you said.
Is you. The man said the only person I'll be complaining in December is you, G.
When you end, Enz is probably the only person that I speak to Enz the most, yeah? He'll know, Enz will know, when Liverpool hit this whatever moment, or as a team, playing style, whatever, when we hit that moment, Enz will know, because he'll know by the way I'm speaking about Liverpool.
Yeah, that's true. That's
He'll
true.
know straight off the rip. Because I speak to Ends all the time, like every day. So he'll know if he hears me saying, Ends, like the way Liverpool are balling out right now is mental, then you know that I think I rate the team. Then I finally rate the team. Then Megatron is gone. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to keep Megatron until that point happens. When it comes, I'll take it.
Why do you think
Big up,
about
big up,
Isak,
big
you know?
up. I got it.
Big up.
Big up,
Listen, guys,
big
we're
up.
gonna leave it there. Yeah, big up to everyone in the chat, man. Listen, man, there's plenty of more conversation to be had, man. Obviously, Kirk is looking like he's gonna be here next week. We'll be back again tomorrow, man. We'll talk about a bit more about Florian Wirtz as well, man. Let him settle in, let him have a good night's sleep. And then I'm sure we'll have a bit more quotes coming out as well, a bit more photos as well that we can bring to the people, man. I think a few people are live, man. But listen, I'm gonna redirect you guys over to FamZone TV. So, guys, do me a favor. There's loads of Arsenal fans over there, right? I need you man's help. I need you guys to help me assemble right now. We're not gonna do the Nunes thing. Can you go over there and say Florian Wirtz raid or just Wirtz raid? And I'll guarantee you, them Arsenal man, they'll start crashing out over there. There's Hooks over there. Dean's cousins, they're Arsenal man over there. I think there's George over there. I think he's a Spurs fan. No one cares though. They're dead food. But there's a few of them ops over there, man. Let's head over there and just put Florian or Wirtz's raid in the chat and let's see what happens, man. But love for the love, man. Appreciate you guys' support as always. KWASI's link, G's link, Dean's link, they're all in the description as well. So please go and subscribe to the guys. And then we'll, you know what I mean, reconvene tomorrow. We'll line up again tomorrow about midday, I'd say. I'll be back live, man. But I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace out, man.